Yo, yo. Yeah. Welcome to Erraticast, guys. I'm here doing my thing. I'm going to talk to you for a few minutes while I set up the channel. This will probably be a short show because I was supposed to have a guest. I didn't have a guest, so I don't really have any content planned. We were supposed to talk about like AI and ethics and things of that nature because he's like I'm assuming that he is a philosophy major of some sort, and he's in the law and ethics and virtue, and he was gonna come here and talk about how PUA is crap, and I kind of side with him on that because it teaches men to get results, but it doesn't teach them how to be better people. So, but since he's not here, I'm gonna do something a little different. So, when I'm not talking about the things that other people do, I talk about the things that are close to me, like picking up women, getting through social anxiety. And I've found that lately I have a hard time kind of talking about it because part of my breakthrough had to do with getting on the right medication. So I feel a little more normal than usual. Today I was making a puzzle. Like I got these puzzle pieces. You can't see them, but I was doing a puzzle today, and it was actually quite relaxing. My uncle just flew into town, and I'm just out here, like, vibing and vibing. You feel me? Oh, we got some bios going on. How nice. So Upstate Plus, East Coast movie guy. Yeah, Upstate Plus is we're gonna have a website up coming soon. And that's going to be good. Oh, this site looks pretty good. I still don't like the way he's got 2 lines of... Nobody wants that. But I'll talk to him about it later. That's none of your concern. What was I talking about again? I don't remember. Let's keep on going. What I want to do first is put up the link so that people can watch if they want to. For some reason, YouTube's running mad slow. It's acting like, I don't know what it's acting like. It's acting like it's on some other ish. Everything is slow today. But I just want to talk about, so I'm going to start like doing flow of conscious thought, talking right off the top of my head. I was talking to this girl the other day. There's a bartender named Alyssa, and she's just become newly single. And like, I'm thinking about just like let my dude just holler at her, but like the kind of guy I am is I make things challenging for people just because of who I am and my nature. Because if people hadn't made things challenging for me, I'd be bored out of my mind. Like I'm bored out of my mind right now. Not really. I love doing this show. I love doing it for you guys. I really enjoy it. It was nice when I had help, but now that I don't have any help, nobody helps me do anything. And it's fine, because I'm my own man. I'm going to be self-made, and when it comes time to reap these benefits, I won't have to share them with anybody. I will share them, mind you, with the people who've helped me in the past, but I don't have to, and that's nice. It's nice not to be obligated to have to do things. And that's what I think that women want. Women want to be able to choose to do what they want to do. They don't want to be, like, they want to be led. Like, but that's like primal, natural kind of led. They want to be able to follow a strong leader. Let me put it that way. Because I was talking to a young lady, and I said that to her, and she's like, well, I don't want to be led. And she meant what she said. But when I say a woman wants to be led, I think what I mean is that a woman wants to be able to follow a strong leader. She wants to be able to reap the benefits of the strong leadership, but not be, made to follow orders. Because women themselves, within themselves, from what I've seen, are like, they live by a rigid structure. It's so noisy here all of a sudden. they live in a rigid structure, like within their mind, and to be able to get away from that structure is kind of how they like to do things, kind of what they live for, you know. And that's just my opinion, and that's an opinion based on observation. It's not just like something I pulled out of my holly jolly butt and decided to put on air. It's something that I've seen in my research. All right, let me finish making this title. Great, people are gonna be in and out of here because we got the only working bathroom on this floor. I am in the West Main Street Artists Co-op here in Spartanburg, South Carolina, where we be coolin' and patchoulin'. Let's see. No guest today, just your boy. I like that. Kablam. So now I gotta go share these links and stuff. You know how, just like I like to do. Just like we like to do. Man, that's a long thing. I'm trying to get 100 subscribers, yo. So if y'all are out there listening to this, why don't you come subscribe to my YouTube channel? I would say the name of it, but it's like a bunch of numbers and letters, you feel me? So what I want you to do is follow the link and, go subscribe. Cause I like making new friends nowadays. I used to. I always hated trying to make friends because it was such an apprehensive situation. But came across this book that a lot of cats have been putting people on, and it's called Radical Honesty. And the author proposes that you really tell people what you're thinking, what's on your mind, and to be super honest and not lie, because and not caring. It's not to not care about people's feelings, but not sparing their feelings in the truth. You really tell them what you mean to tell them. I personally think that's pretty awesome. And I've been trying to practice that in my own life. I'm still slipping up, but I'm doing way better than I have been. That's for sure. Hold on, let me log off of here and log back on so that we can actually have the legitimate episode number. Well, no, I'm gonna leave it because it'll correct itself, I think. It'll correct itself later. I'll post that joint up. I don't know why my computer's running so slow. It is dragging. It is dragging so bad. Man, I really hate having to do this. This is why it was nice to have an assistant, because we used to have fun, right? People used to tune in, but I think somebody got caught up in the whole glitz and glamour, and they just wanted to be seen, man. And then they went and found out it wasn't the same, and it's all good though, no hard feelings. Got mad love for you, Brett. You see episode 5. Tune in and subscribe to the channel. I know I spelled it wrong. It's taking everything so long to update. It's making me mad. Channel. I wanted to say channel. Man, I just saw somebody I don't talk to pop up. They're probably gonna hit me up on the thing. I'm like, yo, you already lied to me. Like, I don't care if people lie to me, man. That's the whole trip about it. I don't care if people lie to me. What I do care about is people who think that they're getting over on me by lying to me. That's where I have a problem. Like, you can lie to me all you want. Do it to make yourself feel better about whatever. That's fine. I don't really care. But the second you think you get all high and mighty on me and you feel like you're pulling a fast one on the kid, then that's where we got a problem. Because I'm not the kind of guy that you have to fool. You can just tell me. You can just tell me stuff. You just tell me whatever and keep it moving. Because I only get mad at people when they try to play me. I don't get mad at people for, like, being who they are. I don't get mad at people for, taking care of their business and getting through getting in where they fit in, as it were. But I do have a problem with people, like, using me and then being like, oh, I'm not using you. It's like, look, don't try to tell me what I'm seeing when we're both looking at the same thing. This is like that one kid who's at the movie theater. You like sitting there, he's telling you the whole movie. Like, I like that kid, but nobody likes that guy. Don't be that guy. Don't be a big old punk, son. Just be nice, man. Just be good to people. Be good to people like you be good to you if it was you. People want to come out and act. They posted something today. It didn't get a whole lot of play. But just because an opinion is popular does not necessarily mean that opinion is a good opinion. Just because something is one way doesn't mean that it's always. Wasn't that clever? I thought it was clever. But okay, so I was trying to holler at this chick. I've been trying to holler at all these chicks. I got a kiss from a girl not too long ago. That was nice. I mean, you kind of think she was trying to, like, come on to the kid, and I would have, like, hung around and let her do it to me, but I got stuff to do, man. And, like, I be hitting chicks up and they act like they don't hear you, boy. But I bet the second I start sticking one, all of them gonna come in and be like, yo, yo, yo. Because women, y'all are confusing, man. So much subtlety. Even when you think you're being, like, bam, like, in your face blatant, nah, not to guys. Like, you know why we like big explosions in movies and, like, super obvious things in films? Because that's what it takes for us to know. Women like things like romantic comedies and romance movies and dramas, because dramas have all these subtle intricacies, like we'll see, and they like mysteries too. Now, I'm a fan of mysteries, but even still, like, for a man to feel a certain type of sensation, there's got to be, like, a big grandiose spectacle. It can't just be like a woman, like, nudges you a little bit and she's like, hey, because the dude will be like, hey. He'll keep trucking. He's like, what's wrong with her? And then it gets crazy as it goes on, man. Like, nobody really knows what they're doing. Everybody would like to think they do, but there are a lot of times where I don't even know what I'm doing, and I'm pretty sure about what I'm doing. It just gets more ugly, you feel? I had one watcher, but they disappeared on me. Aw. Nobody loves me no more. Oh well. They don't want to hear me prattle on about women. But one thing I will prattle on about is honesty. Like, if you don't know how to be honest with people, it's an indicator that you don't know how to be honest with yourself. If you're not being honest with yourself, what are you doing with your life? You come out here, you're trying to be the big bambino, big spectacle, but you're not being honest. I mean, and you can build a house, you can build an empire on dishonesty, but that's just a house of cards. And eventually somebody's gonna open the window, it's gonna get a big gust, and it's gonna blow down. Because you can build that joint high, but it won't even matter. It won't even matter anymore. Not even gonna matter, bro. Just wonder why these people are so loud. So I want to talk about Charlottesville racism or the subtlety of racism in the modern world today, in modern America. There seems to be this prevalent idea that two wrongs don't make a right, and that when one person does something wrong, the counter movement is equally wrong. And that can't be true, because for a counter movement to exist, there has to be the initial wrong. And so if somebody comes out, like you can't, they say that the people who came out were just as wrong as the people who were out there in Charlottesville. But I don't believe that's true, simply because, like, those people would have stayed home if those Charlottesville cats hadn't come out. Now, mind you, their only MO was to come out there and actually start mess, according to the Vice documentary that I watched courtesy of my friends at Mott and Sons, and and my friends at Mott and Sons. We watched the Vice documentary, and from what it looked like, the guys from the movement only wanted to come out and, they wanted to go to war. They wanted to fight people, and that could possibly be a spin based on the Vice's agenda. Not that Vice has an agenda, because they're journalists, so I feel like all journalism is based on the need of fair reporting. The only way to get something done, though, is to tell a story. Stories need to be told, and people have stories. And the story of the Charlottesville protesters, not the protesters, but the Charlottesville, I guess the insiders, was that they came out, they wanted to express what they wanted to express, and they were looking for a fight. Like, if you watch it, you can tell me I'm wrong, but I'm not. They wanted to fight, they were looking for a fight, but the only people that came out were a bunch of granola munching vegan hippies. You feel me? They were like people who probably protest guns. The people they were fighting were avid gun nuts. They're probably trained in hand-to-hand combat and like war tactics. Some of them were probably parts of militias. I mean, yeah, weekend warriors, but militias nonetheless. They knew how to fight. I mean, the only people that got really injured and beat up were the counter-protesters. I'm sorry. The counter-protesters were getting their butts handed to them. So when everybody started talking all this mess about, the alt-left, and thanks to 45, the alt-left had become a thing. Like, the first time I saw the word alt-left was on Twitter when somebody liked my newer profile, Hard Erratica, and it was like some alt-left guy. And I think he was Antifa, but when it really comes down to it, you can't legitimize somebody doing terrible things by villainizing or vilifying the other side and saying, well, they're just as bad, because that doesn't right the original issue. Like, I just don't get that. I don't get people who do that. I've never understood it. I don't think I ever will, and I'm not gonna try. I have a problem with the ignorances and stupidities of both sides. I don't have a problem with people, even if I don't agree with what they agree with, organizing and having like a march or a rally. My buddy was saying that if they had let those guys march and just do their thing, they would have gone home and just gotten doxxed just the same. But since everybody came out giving them a show and like legitimizing what they were doing, then yeah, I agree with what he said, and I can see that as that stands. I agree. But It is what it is, and ultimately it kind of doesn't matter. I don't really give a shit, and I definitely give zero fucks about it. They've had peace rallies and marches here locally. I haven't gone to any of them, and I'm very much pro protest, pro voice. If you have a voice, use it. If you can give somebody a voice, give them a voice. That's what this podcast is for. That's what I do here. This is a platform to give people a voice. It's not really about me. It's not about whoever comes on the show, really. It's just about giving people a voice. And one thing we're doing new is we're going to be giving our local, our local businesses and the local government and anybody else who wants to be a part of it a voice. We're going to talk about their successes and their failures and how they came to be who they are and where they are in the greater Spartanburg community. Because what we're about here is community. That's what I'm about. That's what I'm trying to give you. That's what I'm trying to build. I'm trying to build a community and a community around this thing that we call life, that we call living in downtown Spartanburg, living in Spartanburg County, living in the upstate. If you haven't checked out Upstate Plus, I suggest you do it. We're on Facebook, along with everything else, the Erraticast, Double Helix Media. The name of this show is The Heart Erratica, is like a repository for all my personal things. And we got another thing for you coming soon. That's going to be cool. I can't wait. Like, me and my buddy are going to have some great stuff for you. We're going to Dragon Con, man. We're going to Dragon Con, and it's going to be so dope. I can't wait. But really what I want to do is just go see the artists, because I like art. I like independent art. I like dependent art. I like the stuff that people scoff at and say is not art. I like things that people call art that I believe is like mass-produced garbage. But I like it all. When it comes to art, I'm there, man. Like, if you give me a woman, you can cover her in a Matisse, I won't touch her. Because Matisse is the bomb. And I'll just make her stand there. It's like, hold that Matisse, girl. Yeah. You can be my human wall hanger. I need the whole ATM in that bit. Oh, yeah. Shout out to Addicted to Money, Money Gang, ATM Money Gang. They're not a gang. They just get money. However you get it. Like, I got my first Fiverr offer today. I'm about to make this lady a video so good that it makes people just say, hey, I want this guy to do all my videos. I've been on the success tip, but lately I've just been feeling kind of down, man. I'm gonna be real with you. I haven't been feeling too hot this past couple of days, and I've been having like the strangest dreams ever since that eclipse, man. I don't know what's going on. I mean, that might be the biblical rapture, you know what I'm saying? Because like I feel like a lot of the things in the Bible are figurative, not everything. Some things are literal. And there was a guy who I'm pretty sure is not a Christian, and it was agnostic or atheist, but he was like, there are accounts of the man Jesus having existed, and he said something about it. And even if there wasn't, there was some other kind of fallacy that had to be navigated. But that being said, I'm trying to share this thing on a page, and like trying to do this, talk, and do this other thing is like blowing my mind. It's like chewing bubble gum, walking, and being blonde at the same time. I'll talk about Mr. Toilet, but to continue on the idea of like how to deal with women. Like I wrote a pretty cool thing today that I'll pull up in Mr. Toilet. That I'll read here in a second. Check it. This the episode. And post that. I'm posting it. It's gonna be on there. Wow. I can't believe it. It's going. Look how slow my computer is. I wish you guys could see this. Everything is moving so slow. It is killing me. Literally killing me. Somebody liked my thing today. That was cool. Let me see about getting back to home. Why is my computer so slow? Golly. I got like talking head in the corner. Like when I get to going, I'm gonna stand up. But for now, I'm just kind of. I'm still kind of doing things. I want to read you this thing I wrote earlier today, though, because I thought it was pretty good and inspired. And I share it on a page I call "Dear Mr. Toilet." And what that is it's a page about like dealing with the opposite sex in relationships, or at least that's what I'm gonna turn it into. I got a bunch of fans. They're mostly like Indian men, and I feel like I can really help people with this thing. But it's Dear Mr. Toilet, just Dear Mr. Toilet, I'm the ish. Got all these haters pissed because my toilet paper thick. Nah, that's it's based on a Lil Wayne lyric. Everybody knows Wayne. He's still kind of relevant. Honestly, he's a lot more relevant for a lot longer than I thought he would ever be, though. Are you as surprised as I am? Because I'm shocked. Wayne was dope, though. Wayne was dope back in the day. He's still kind of dope now, but, he's showing his age. Like, rap's changed. And I think for the better. Not necessarily for people's tastes better, but definitely better because it's bringing innovation. And it's bringing the idea that different things can be accepted in rap music. Now, I don't like the ideas that some of those guys are putting forth about not respecting their elders. Like, if you don't respect your elders, you're headed for ruin. That's all there is to it. There's nothing else that can be said, because you're not gonna, if you don't respect your elders and respect where you come from, you're not gonna move forward at the rate you're supposed to. And respecting your elders just means respecting where you come from and who you are. Because ultimately what made you is who you are. I gotta go through it through the search bar. There it is. My page is called Mr. Toilet. Dear Mr. Toilet, I'm the clog. Got these haters mad because I'm high on the hog. Wayne's lyric was Dear Mr. Toilet, I'm the shit. Got all these haters pissed because my toilet paper's thick. Okay, let me make this big so I can read it to you. And now I can stand up because I've shared it where I wanted to share it, and I'm gonna make sure that it's shared to the proper places. I've been to all the familiar places, different faces, worn out faces. Need to compromise. Okay, I'm gonna read this thing to you. I think this will be my last duty of the evening. Sorry I had to spend like 20 minutes doing this other thing. No, okay. I still got nope. I said this is going to be like a half-hour show. And it's about to be, this half hour is about to be up. Filling time for a half hour is easy. But for some reason, filling time for an hour is a pain. Alright. I said, women naturally mirror our thoughts and emotions, and by our I mean men. And this is not about women are not inferior. If anything, men and women are equal in value. Maybe women are a little bit more valuable, at least as far as society is concerned. And I've totally accepted the vulnerability of my position as a man, the fact that I'm easily replaced. The fact that I'm expected to die for a complete stranger that's female. I've accepted all that. I don't think it's great or right, but this is the world we live in, and I have to deal with it. So What I was saying is women naturally mirror our thoughts and emotions. They're like magnetic putty and our feelings like the magnets. If you haven't seen magnetic putty in like a neodymium or like a rare earth magnet is what they call it. You take this magnetic putty and take a magnet and put it right next to it. The magnet will pull toward the putty, and then the putty will just engulf the magnet, and it'll turn into, like, you'll be able to see the field because I think the putty is semi-ferrous, which means it's like mostly iron. It's got iron filings in it. I guess it's suspended by the putty, so it's not bad for your skin like iron filings would be, like microscopic iron splinters going into your pores. You don't want that. So they become what we are. So ultimately, within the confines of relationship, I mean, that's like any relationship, it would be wrong to blame her for her actions. And that's not to say that she's not responsible for her own actions, but the actions in confine of the relationship as per her reaction to any action that you may take as it's defined by the way you two relate. And I think a guy was saying like the three most important, if you ask a woman what are the three most important things in a relationship, like non-tangibles, it's trust, respect, and is one other thing that escapes me currently, but because even though it doesn't feel like it, she's totally open and responsive to you. This is especially true if you have a strong presence by default. You know, if you're being your best self and you're being like on your alpha, on your game, then women are naturally going to respond to you as will other men in any environment that you're in. It's the way that you carry yourself, as they say, or how you hold your frame. That air you feel is her, waiting for you to fill up space. And you can take that any way you want to, but when I say filling up space, that just means like she's giving you the room to be you and be who you are and be yourself. And you know, women, if that space isn't filled by you, they'll fill it up for you, especially because women are always trying to give you a chance, man. That's what I think. And the thing is, women respond to emotionally. So their emotional response to your emotional response is just more emotion. They're not going to respond to your emotions with logic, not like we do. As men, we're very logical. We generally are logical and tend to be logical. Even when emotions come into play, we push them down in favor of our logic. They also respond to logic the same way. So if you give a woman a logical response, she'll respond to it emotionally. Even if she's not saying anything, that's what she's doing. That's why, like, you'll have a conversation with a girl or like a woman, you know, and next thing you know, she's just like, you say something that has, to you, is totally illogical, totally logical. You're divorced from any emotion about it, and you make the statement, but she'll react to that emotionally. And I don't mean like emotionally, like, oh, emotions are crazy. No, it's just the way that we filter. Emotions are the way that we filter the world. And men, we turn it into logic, but women tend to turn it into more emotion. So we have to take the extra step to stop overthinking and use our logic to point our emotions in a proper direction. I mean, and that's what our logic should be for. And that's not to say that women are never logical, because there are really logical women out there, and they're pretty cool too. But as men, our ability to change our emotion is more developed than our ability to understand and interpret emotion, which is women. Like, women are raised using emotional cues and dealing with emotional cues. That's why I complain about them being so subtle, because emotional cues are subtle. Like, if you're talking to somebody and they say something to you and you feel some type of way, like, the emotion on your face will show how you're really feeling. Like, even in places, like, people are really stone faced, but there are always emotions going on. Just like in a circuit, there's always electricity going through that circuit, but if you have a switch, if that's a switch circuit, the electricity, the flow is being cut off at the bridge. So instead of a bridge circuit, you have a circuit that's switched, so that current's still going, but it's just not making the connection to the other side. And you think of like a river, like water, even when it doesn't look like it's flowing, is flowing. So, we have to use this to not only deal with our own, but the woman's as well as the woman's emotions is what I mean. That's the pain of the situation, that we, the sex who is least able to deal with emotion, has the responsibility of managing emotions for two. That's managing our own emotions and managing the emotions of the people that we're with and around. And the people who are best at managing emotions are the ones who come out on top. And it says, but if you do it and learn to do it well, everything just opens up for you. And that's true. That is super true. I think it's super true anyway. The world just opens up because really all anybody ever wants is for you to be you. And who needs anything more than that? What? What does this even mean? I can't go to the page. Well, anyway, that's the show for today. I'm sorry I didn't have a guest for you guys. I would have liked to have had a guest for you guys, but we don't always get what we want, and I can live with that because despite the fact that I give a shit or two, I never give a fuck. And I will catch you guys on the flip side. See you next week. Hopefully there will be a guest. I will be in a special place, though, so look forward to that because I got friends in low places. I got friends in high places, too. Those are the ones I like. You know what they say? If you show me 5 of your friends, and I will show you your future. I make sure that none of my friends are broke.